Okay, so here's hoping that this video is a little bit easier to upload than some of the other ones. Amber, I just wanted to give you a quick note. This is from Colored Pencil Painting Bible by Alyona Nicholson. And basically one of the things that she talks about extensively is your use of colors. One of the things that you have to keep in mind is the color wheel, which we have right here. Just in case the camera's not picking up the colors as well, these over here are your greens. You've got some blues, reds, and violets. The ones with the solid line around them, red, yellow, and blue, of course, those are your primary colors you remember from grade school. You know, yellow and blue make green, yellow and red make orange, etc., etc. Your secondary colors are the colors that you get whenever you mix your primary colors. It's the aforementioned orange, green, and violet. And then the ones with no lines around them are what she calls tertiary colors, which you get whenever you combine two or more secondary colors. So you've got your purple plus your blue can give you blue-violet, purple plus your red can give you red-violet, etc., etc. Now, that wouldn't ordinarily be something I would necessarily focus too much on, except that over here on page, whatever page this is, oh goodness, this is not helpful at all, is it? But over here, around page 32 or so, one of the things that she tells you, one of her big important ideas, is that there are almost no true colors in nature, no pure colors. Essentially what she's talking about is that color, high stripe, color comes from the reflection of light off of surfaces. And her point is, it's a very good point, that no surface is purely reflective, no surface is perfect. So whenever you have a surface that the light is reflecting off of, your color is going to have some different gradations in it. Now how that applies to us is, if there are no pure colors in nature, the example she uses is a strawberry. For instance, red strawberries will not look realistic if you use only a red pencil, without incorporating the other two primary colors, such as blue or yellow. So what that means for us is, if we're doing something that we want to look super realistic, and for example, this is one of the things when I started flipping through her book, forgive the dizzyingness of the flipping, I'll tell you when I'm done with that apparently, but due to my preconceptions, whenever I would look at some of the things that she's done in here, I would think, well, you're using orange on grapes? Really? But this kind of explains her process behind that. I know there's a picture in here somewhere with those doggone grapes I was telling you about. Maybe over here under rendering fruits and vegetables, just to kind of give you an idea of what she's doing. Aha, there it is, the very thing. So you see, she's trying to get some light green grapes, and she actually lays down some orange, which is just pure crazy talk. For most of us, it's something that I would have never ever thought of, but as you see, her end result actually is pretty good. So this goes back to experimenting with colors. And this may kind of help you out if you find that everything that you're doing looks a little bit too cartoonish for what you're trying to do. Me, I like cartoonish coloring. It's a lot easier for me. But just in case you're looking for something to kind of give you a little bit of a different, I suppose, a different technique to play with. And then a couple of other things that she mentions that are really good to keep in mind. When you mix two bright colors together, you reduce the brilliance of both. So if you mix a hot pink and a hot blue, you might notice that the purple that you get is not, in fact, hot purple, no matter what you do. Or at least I've noticed that. This apparently is why. It's just the way that it works. Complementary colors mixed in equal amounts give you gray, so be careful whenever you're mixing your colors. You might gray out or brown out. You may want to get a separate sheet of paper to kind of try it out before you start mixing. And then the placement of colors can give you kind of an idea, and we've briefly touched on this at one point in the pumpkin, I think. The difference is in color can give you an idea of the closeness or farness, I suppose, of an object. The closer it is, the brighter your color tends to be, and the more contrast you tend to have between your lights and your lows. The farther back it is, the less contrast, and the dimmer your colors are going to seam, the more you're going to have colors that kind of seem to blend into each other almost. And I know that I've already said that on the pumpkin video, as I said, that it does bear repeating, because what we're all probably hoping is to eventually get stuff like that. That's Alyona Nicholson. It's very nice. But we actually do kind of have to have a few tricks to get there, and that's just one of them. That's it for now, and happy crafting.